Hi, this is Gadi Elkan with Selig Film News here at the Dallas International Film Festival, and we're here with our Shining Star Award recipient.
Hi, I'm Zoey Deutch. Thank you for having me.
Zoe, to kind of start off with, I think I first got notice of you in The Ringer with Sarah Michelle Gellar back in the day. What was that like starting out in TV? And your dad directed like an episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him a job. He hasn't gotten me a job. Dad, what's that about? Unclear. That was a really great experience, especially because Sarah Michelle Gellar is, she's such a force of nature, and she's such a great role model, and she inspired me to each week shadow a different department on set, and so I could really get an understanding of what a collaborative art form it is, because as an actor you're in the middle of everything, but you don't exactly know what's going on, and so she encouraged me to delve deeper into that. That was cool.
Yeah, because she's gotten into producing. I mean, she's always been kind of one that
but she had me like go and sit with the sound guy for a week, or try to hold a boom for one scene and know how hard that is, or work with costumes for the next week, and so that kind of stuff.
So when you switched to more films, did you feel immediately comfortable in that situation? I mean, I know with your parents, you obviously had a little bit comfortable nature around the film sets, but was that a big help for you doing The Ringer? And I mean, it was like 18 episodes you were part of.
Yeah, it was definitely a learning experience, and it was nice because I was able to still be in school at the time. I was in high school. I think the biggest difference of the mediums is that obviously on a TV show you kind of build this family and you stay a family and you continue to work together. And in movies it can be sad. You build a family, make a family, and then it's bye bye. So that's definitely the biggest difference. But I'm very grateful for that show. I had a good time.
Talking about short films, like the one we're showcasing is Before I Fall.
Yes.
Which was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 24 days. It was a very short shoot.
Yeah, it might have been shorter than that. Yeah.
What was that experience like in working with Rye? She seems like she's just up and coming, going to be something special.
She is something special.
Yeah.
I always say about her, it's a funny thing when people, they go, God, she's talented, and I have this glitch where I go, no, it's not talent. It's because talent is something that you're just, she's the most hardworking, really like so aware of everything. She works her ass off. She's so amazing, and she is really special. I had it was a challenging shoot, but I think the greatest gift of that experience was that her and I were so in tune with each other, creatively, emotionally, professionally, and I love her. I love you, Rye.
Y'all are both Scorpios. I was actually born the same November 16th, so she's a Scorpio. We're all Scorpios.
We're all Scorpio. I have a tattoo of a Scorpio on my ankle.
Really?
I do.
That's cool.
I wouldn't lie about something that important. I joke, though, I have only tattoos on my ankles down, so I joke that instead of sleeves, I'm eventually going to have socks. Just, like, totally wholesome from the ankle up, and then, like, badass ankle down.
Or if I can follow that up, yeah. What's interesting,
you didn't see that going there, did ya?
How much fun is it to play a character that you get to do? Because that movie's all about, like Groundhog Day. It's all repetition, and it's about getting over the same experiences, but slight
It's a Wonderful Life. It's a
little bit darker.
Yeah, it's about a young woman who relives the last day of her life over and over again until she learns how to live it the way that she's proud of. And the interesting thing about playing, I could explore the different facets of her life and her personality, and embrace the fact that she's this walking contradiction of herself, that on one day she does this and the next day she does something completely different, which to me feels very authentic to the human condition. You watch movies and everybody's so consistent and sort of like stereotypical or one-dimensional, and she is complex, and I was allowed to explore that and show that.
Well, since we're here in Texas, I've got to ask the Linklater experience. I mean, everybody wants some. It was a wonderful film. What's it like being on his set? He seems like it's such a fun experience knowing Richard Linklater. He sets up his mood, but it's a fun experience, I think.
So fun. So fun. I came home so sad that I was not going to have food from Texas anymore. I really fell in love with it. And I the whole thing, what was really cool about that, making that movie is it was not lost on us, the cast, how great it was. Like, we weren't like, oh, it's going to be like this always. We knew that this was a particularly fun, engaging, sort of cool experience, and we all hung out on Rick's ranch and lived together and went out every night, and sort of, they would play baseball together, and it was like we would have pool parties. It was like acting camp.
Well, so is that
the coolest acting camp ever?
So is that a fear that you don't get to work necessarily in those types of environments, or do you think?
Not a fear, but because every experience is so different from the next, and it's near to impossible to compare them, just because you never know what it's going to be and what the relationships or experiences or circumstances are going to be, and that's exciting. There are no two experiences that will ever be alike in making movies. Even if you work with the same director, it'll always be different.
And you just wrapped a film with your mom directing and your sister writing the script too? My
sister wrote and starred in the film, and my mother directed it, and I produced it, and I acted in it as well.
Tell us a bit about that. Spectacular Guys, right?
It's called The Year of Spectacular Men. It was really, it was as grassroots and personal as you can get. It was like so empowering to be able to work on something from the ground up. So much of being an actor is it's an art form that sort of at times you're at the mercy of just everybody else's opinions and thoughts about you, and if you can fit into that role, or you're not this enough, or you're not that enough, or that movie will never get made. And so we just did it ourselves, and it worked, and it's really good, and it's really funny, and it makes you laugh, and it makes you cry, and we're really excited to put it out into the world.
So is that something you want to continue to do, to have that much hold on a film?
I'm not as talented as my sister, where she literally wrote, starred, and scored the film. So I can barely send an email without having a panic attack. So I'm gonna stick to acting and producing, and I'll let her be the genius. But I would love to make more movies with my mom and my sister, for sure.
Very cool. You talked about...
And my dad. Sorry. Still really bitter about giving him that one episode of Ringer.
You brought up Texas food. What type of Texas food are you a fan of?
We're talking Mexican food. That was immediately I landed last night and I went straight to...
Banditos, right?
I just got a giant margarita. By the way, it's like a fishbowl. A giant margarita. And it was really not socially acceptable the way that I ate the queso. I just poured it on my face. I was I just love it.
That's not a usual, typical thing for a young actress. So.
No. Oh, yeah, well.
That must be cool. I mean...
The good news is that I never break out or get pimples everywhere. I do.
Well, everyone does.
Yeah.
It's Texas. We have to fight through it.
It's all good.
So, when you get a script, what are you looking for? What are you most excited about when you get into a script or read a part?
Right now, I'm just hoping that I can continue with just doing dramas, doing comedies, doing different stuff. I want to do a Western. I want to do a musical. I don't want people to look at me and go, oh, she's that type of an actor. I want people to look at me like, what is she doing? Why is she doing? I want to stay inspired and challenged, and that's what I'm looking for. That's all I want to, just keep doing different stuff. Exercising my brain and trying to keep it working. not getting in there.
As far as being able to be on the festival circuit with coming to DIFF, I know we were really excited to have another Shining Star Award, because we've always had Star Awards, but we've not really had many Shining Star Awards. We've had Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and now you. What does that mean to you to receive that type of award?
I don't know. It's really cool to be recognized, and it's really cool to be. Festivals are so important because you make these small movies, and you pour your heart and soul into them, and you never know if anyone's going to see them. And so it's patrons of the art and people that appreciate how much work goes into it, like you guys, that make it matter and make it important and get it seen. So that's always exciting to me.
Well, I've got to ask, can you tell us of anything that's coming up or anything you're excited about, or is everything kind of hush-hush?
I quit the business. I have a queso company now. But it was cool being here with you, and that's all I can know.
White queso?
No, I can do both. I can do a queso company and be an actor. The world is my oyster. Okay, what do I have next? I have a movie called Flower that will be at Tribeca in a couple weeks that I'm very excited about. That's with Katherine Hahn and Adam Scott and Tim Heidecker, directed and written by Max Winkler. And I have a movie called Rebel in the Rye, directed by Danny Strong. That's about Salinger's life, played by Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
That's coming out in the fall. That was at Sundance. And I have my movie, Your Spectacular Men, that we discussed. And I'm shooting a movie in New York next month called Set It Up for Netflix. So.
Wow. That'll be fun. Netflix.
Yeah.
They've kind of
Seen
changed
that
the
before?
game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, Zoe, it was a pleasure to have you here. And it's a really exciting time to have the Rising Star come through Dallas. I mean, that's something we're really proud of, and hopefully you and Mary Elizabeth can kind of get this going for the rest of the future time. So thank you so much, and more queso.
That's right. More queso. Thank you.